So I think we've all heard the advice to get sleep in college. Hey everybody, I am Dr. Brenda Whitehead. I am a professor and psychologist. In this video, I am going to be talking about what sleep does for us and why it's so important for college success, both grades-wise and stress-wise. And if you stick around, I will be sharing how to see if you are sleep deprived, a little test for you to try at home. So stick around for that, you won't want to miss it. So let's talk a little bit about why sleep is so hard to get in college. This isn't rocket science. First, you have so many demands competing for that limited time. So sleep is often the first thing to go, and that's understandable. But even when we do lay down to get some precious sleep, there are other things that can get in the way. At least at first, you are sleeping in a brand new place. And we know that sleep never happens very well when you are in someplace different from where you're used to sleeping. You're also likely dealing with roommates who are likely on different sleep schedules, have different routines. And then of course, with dorm living, which brings with it lots of benefits, also comes from drawbacks in the form of pretty constant noise and light that can disrupt your sleep. So all of this together might have you feeling like, why bother, right? Why bother trying to sleep in college? We'll just make it through. And then after college, we'll figure out the whole sleep thing. The problem with this is that this works for a time, right? You might be able to pull a few all-nighters. You might be able to burn the candle at both ends, so to speak, for a few weeks. But if you are shorting yourself on sleep for an extended period, including a semester, and especially if you're talking about an entire college career, you are inevitably going to run into some issues. So what kinds of issues, you ask? Well, let's talk about all of the things sleep does for us. First, sleep boosts our immune function. That is our physiological system that helps us stay healthy. So basically, sleep provides time for the daily wear and tear on our body from life and stress to be repaired overnight. And this means that we stay healthier and live longer. Sleep also boosts neuron production. And this means that your brain is better off when you are getting more sleep. This is linked with what we know about sleep and how it benefits our memory and focus. It helps our brains retain information, consolidate things we have learned, and remember them, recall them better after we wake up when we need them. Cue exam time, right? Studies have actually shown that students who learn material and then sleep and then are tested on it remember more than students who learn the material, stay awake, and then are tested on it. So sleep does something extra when it comes to learning and memory. Sleep also just improves our overall functioning. Think about it. When you are well rested, you have more energy to make healthy choices. You are more able to think of the most efficient way to do things or to problem solve in an effective way. You're better able to cope with stress and relate to other people, even if there are challenges or conflicts. When you are well rested, you have capacity for those things that bombard us every day, and you can kind of roll with them. When we are not well rested, those things can become real hurdles in our ability to navigate our day successfully. This also means that sleep benefits our psychological well-being. So extended periods of not enough sleep or low quality sleep are linked with things like depression and anxiety, often in a cycle. Right? You have difficulty sleeping, you increase your risk for psychological disorders, and those psychological disorders in turn disrupt your sleep into this spiraling cycle. So sleep is one of the best preventive behaviors we can have in protecting our mental health. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. There are so many things that sleep does for us, so many ways it helps us out. These are just a few of the things that I want you to keep in mind as you think about how to prioritize your time. Now, if you're still here, here is that bonus, that little trick you can try at home to see if you are sleep deprived. Now, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have my spoon and I have my plate, okay? You need to get yourself a spoon and a plate, and they need to be real. They can't be plastic. And what you do is you get ready for bed as you normally would, and you place the plate down on the floor beside your bed, and you lay down and you kind of hold the spoon over the side of the bed so that it's hanging over the plate. And what happens is you start to fall asleep, and as you fall asleep, your muscles relax. And this means that you drop that spoon and it clatters on the plate. And what this does is it wakes you up. Now, what does this have to do with sleep deprivation? Well, what you do is you time how long it takes between the time you lay down, close your eyes, hitting that spoon over the edge, and the time of that clatter. How long does it take you to fall asleep? This is something called sleep latency. And sleep latency is a decent indicator of how sleep deprived you are. So if it takes less than 8 minutes for that spoon to hit that plate, then that indicates that your body could probably use more sleep. You're likely depriving it of the sleep it needs, and your functioning during the day is likely being affected. If that sleep latency is 10 to 20 minutes, you're in that normal range. If it's much longer than that, that's when you might be encountering some issues that are preventing you from getting to sleep. So maybe you're just not tired, you're trying to sleep at a time when your body just isn't ready. Or maybe there is just something else going on in your environment that is preventing you from getting to sleep. So if you think that's the case, definitely head over to my next video, which if it's out, it'll be right up there. And you will be able to see some of the specific tips and strategies for getting better sleep in college and maybe dialing back that sleep deprivation. And definitely check out the blog post linked in the comments and in the description of the video, where I share some of my top products that I've learned can really help with sleep, especially in an environment like a dorm room where not everything is in your favor when it comes to sleep. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions or want to share your experience with sleep in college, definitely pop those in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Sleep well.